Girivaradham Hari Girivaradham Hari Yashodanandana Prajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Prajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradham Hari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradham Hari Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Shama Sundara Radha Shama Sundara Hare Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jayam Vishwapad Paramahamsa Parivirajagacaya Shota Satta Shishamachila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishwapad Paramahamsa Parivirajagacaya Shota Satta Shishamachila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda Ki Sirup Si Sanatan Bhattar Raghunath Si Jeev Gopal Bhattadasar Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki प्रेम से कौशि कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवधरि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गौ गोविंदाचाम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय मथुरा धाम की जय मायापुर धाम की जय जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय वृंद देवी तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय गंगा यमुना देवी की जय हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जाय श्री श्री गौनिताय की जाय श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जाय श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर की जाय गो प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल समवेत भक्त वृंद की जाय all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So, we're reading from the Bhagavad-Gita as it is, the introduction. I will just chant the Mangala Charan and then we'll say a few words. Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yotabata Kamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakandvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Govika Ganta Radha Kanta Namastade Tapta Ganjara Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshari Prishabhano Sade Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nihitananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here, so very long introduction, but very important on practically the essence of the Bhagavad-Gita is mentioned in the introduction. The essence of the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy is mentioned here. So just a little bit above the page. So yesterday, so it has been explained about the 5 relationships which a devotee can have with Krishna. In Braj specifically, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually he came to give Braj Bhakti. He came to establish the Yugadhamma, the chanting of the holy names, and he came to give Braj Bhakti, and even more specifically, the conjugal relationship. So, but as the Supreme Lord, Krishna or Mahaprabhu, So they can bless all the devotees, and similarly pure devotees, they can also bless any kind of person coming in their contact and having a specific relationship. It may be in Vaikuntha or towards Ram or towards Krishna, they can help. So this is the neutral relationship, shantaras, of passive state, and then servitorship, dasyaras, and then friendship, sakyaras, parental affection towards Krishna, vatsalyaras, and conjugal relationship known as madhuryaras. And so Prabhupada has explained that the goal of life is actually to realize Krishna's swarup, Krishna's beautiful form, and our own transcendental form. Atma Sakshakar, direct perception of the self in full. In the beginning we know we are not this body or spirit soul, but ultimately we have to realize, and that is possible by performing devotional service towards Krishna, then our form as a friend or in conjugal relationship or parental relationship will be revealed. And that is known, as Prabhupada has explained, Swarup Siddhi. It may also be mentioned as Swarup Gat. Actually before, in the earlier edition, the first edition, it was mentioned Swarup Gat and Vastu Gat. So first the realization is there, known as Swarup Siddhi or Swarup Gat. And then, so when we go where Krishna performs his pastimes in one of the universes, then Swarup, or then Vastugat or Vastu Siddhi will be there when one is entering the pastime. So even if we realize our Swarup, we cannot immediately enter the pastimes. There's a relationship with Krishna, this exchange is there, but one cannot yet enter the pastimes of the Lord. So today we're continuing. How Arjuna accepted this Bhagavad-Gita should be noted. His manner of acceptance is given in the 10th chapter. So 10th chapter, there are 4 verses, known also as Chatushloki, just like in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 4 essential verses are there. Second Canto 9 chapter, text number 33 till 36, explaining about Sambandha Jnana, Abhidheya Jnana, and Prayojan Jnana, with Krishna in the center. But Krishna was there before the creation, is here now, and will be there after the creation of this material manifestation. And so those who are in knowledge, then they may be able to realize, and then they may practice, and they come to the highest realization. So here also the 4 essential verses of Bhagavad Gita are there. Aham sarvasya prabhava mata samam parvartate matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samambitaha. Krishna is explaining to Arjuna, I'm the source of everything. Everything emanates from me. Those who are actually wise, they will take shelter of me. They will surrender to me. And then he's explaining also Tesham Machchita Matkatapana Bodhayanta Parasparam, that the devotees are conversing about me and discussing my pastimes, my activities. And in this way they will feel so much pleasure. Tushyanti charamanti cha. And Krishna is satisfied when the devotees are glorifying him, and when they are hearing about him, remembering him, serving him. And automatically then the devotees are satisfied. And then explaining that to those who are constantly devoted, I give the knowledge by which they can come to me. So after these verses, then Arjuna is speaking, after Krishna had spoken these 4 verses, which are essential verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Of course, many verses are important, like at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharmam Parijajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Give up all kinds of religion, surrender unto me. As in Bhagavatam also, besides the 4 nutshell verses, then other verses are there. Ete chamsa kalapam sam Krishnastu Bhagavan Siyam. Explaining that Krishna is the source of all incarnations. So here Arjuna is saying, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitam, Paramam Bhavam, Purusham Shashvatam, Divyam, Adidevam, Ajam Vivyam. Ostam Rishay Sarve Devashir Naradas Tatha Asito Devala Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bharvishime Sarvam Itattaritam Manye Yanmam Badasi Keshavam Nahi Te Bhagavan Vyaktim Vido Devanadhanavaha. Arjun said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Param Brahma, the ultimate abode, the highest abode, Param Dhama, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, Adi Dev, Adi Purush, the unborn, the greatest. So these are some of the qualities of the Lord, or attributes, characteristics which are mentioned by Arjuna. So Krishna has unlimited qualities. And here especially the qualities of the personality of Godhead, opulence, and so on, are mentioned. And then, so is further on saying, all the great sages, such as Narad, Asit, Deval and Vyas, confirmed this truth about you, and now yourself are declaring it to me. So Narada Muni is very famous as a great devotee of the Lord and a spiritual master of so many personalities, like very powerful and empowered by the Lord, Shakti Avatar. And then Asit and Devala also well-known devotees, scholars. And then Vyasadeva, the literary incarnation of the Lord, who has divided the one Veda, the absolute truth, in 4, and entrusted to his disciples. Yajurved, Rigved, Samaved and Atharvaved. So they have confirmed this truth about you, and now yourself are declaring it to me. And then Vyasadeva also gave the essence, Vedanta Sutra, and then other literatures came also, like the Upanishads. And of course the Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of the Vedic literatures. And the cream of the Vedic literatures, the most important of the Puranas, 18 Puranas. And so Vyasadeva was speaking also the Bhagavatam, but then other personalities are there. So Bhagavatam is also not different from the absolute truth, from Krishna, representing Krishna's form, not different from Krishna's form. And so different personalities have spoken. So Krishna originally spoke 4 verses, but then others have spoken. And just like Krishna is unlimited, so ultimately the Bhagavatam is also unlimited. But for the human beings, 18,000 verses were written down. So, and then Arjuna is saying that, so great personalities, and I'm also realizing that you are the absolute truth. But then he's saying you yourself are declaring it. Of course, Krishna is most humble, and that can be seen in his pastimes, like he became the chariot driver of Arjuna. So that is a most humble from Krishna, the absolute truth. But he becomes a chariot driver of his devotee. So that requires great humility. And when Yudhishthira was going to perform the Rajasuya sacrifice, so then Krishna asked Yudhishthira, because he was elder to him, so what can I do? What seva can I do? And he said, you receive all the guests who will be coming for the sacrifice. So in a humble way he was respecting, offering obeisances to the sadhus, the saintly persons, to the elders, giving them garlands and so on, giving them chandan, sandalwood paste on the forehead. But so sometimes, and then there's a need to also declare the absolute truth. And so Krishna himself is explaining that I'm the source of everything. So that is the truth. So, but in all humility, he's expressing. So, and he's expressing to his dear devotee. And of course, actually, Arjuna he knew that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But then, because of their relationship, because of their friendship, so Krishna, he just acted as the friend of Arjuna and of practically same age. So then, and even Arjuna was saying that we were sitting together, eating together. So that is the humility of the Supreme Lord. But sometimes then, he was explaining, or he was showing that he is actually the Supreme Lord. And so, because there was a need to do that. Oh Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, oh Lord, can understand your personality. So nobody can fully understand Krishna. So even the demigods who are great personalities like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Indra and so on, they know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but they cannot fully understand Krishna. Even the pure devotees of Krishna, they are not able to fully understand the glories of Krishna. Even Krishna himself, so that is mentioned also in the Bhagavatam. Sometimes he's contemplating about his own personality, about the spiritual world, the material world, and trying to understand everything, how everything is going on by his own potency. And he's controlling his own potency, but sometimes he becomes controlled by his potency. Hare Krishna. Of course, by his own sweet will, for the purpose of the pastimes, especially in Braj, where the intimate relationship is there, and they do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And Krishna himself, he wants to forget, and is forgetting sometimes that is the Supreme Lord. So then the exchange becomes more sweet, more confidential. Just like when Mother Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna, and then he forgot for some moments that is the Supreme Lord, and he was running away, being afraid of Mother Yashoda, although fear personified is afraid of Krishna. But then as she was trying to bind Krishna with ropes, then he showed her that is the Supreme Lord, and she could not bind him. Because special endeavor is required to bind Krishna, to control Krishna. The endeavor has to be there, and then Krishna has to sanction it. So he's seeing how much the devotee is trying hard to serve, to control him. And then when he's satisfied, then he can be controlled. So nobody can fully understand Krishna. But ultimately, that is also not important. The most important is that we have to serve Krishna as Krishna wants. Anyavilashita sonyam jnana karmanavritam anukulina Krishna anuchilanam bhaktiruttamam. Famous verse from Nectar of Devotion by Rupa Goswami, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So the definition of pure devotional service is there. Anyavilashita sonyam jnana karmanavritam. So it is not covered by fruitive mentality. that, okay, I will serve Krishna and I will get something in return. Or I will try to know Krishna, and I try to know everything about Krishna and become a great scholar. But then not serving, that is also not complete. And anyabhilashita, free from any kind of desire. But then what should be the mood? Anukulina Krishna Anushilana Bhakti-yoga. Anukul, should be favorable. We should serve Krishna favorable. Krishna Anushilanam, as Krishna wants to be served. So we should understand what Krishna wants from us. What he likes. Not what we like to do, but what Krishna likes us to do. And what Krishna likes to eat, or what he likes to do. That we should understand. So one who understands this and is fully absorbed in serving Krishna with body, mind and words as Krishna wants, so he becomes a pure devotee. He is a pure devotee. And then there's a loving exchange. And then in the spiritual world, not even knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, there's no need. The confidential relationship is there. In this world, we have to have first the knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and we are the insignificant servant of Krishna. But then, as one advances, then one will forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, willingly and naturally. And one becomes eternally absorbed. But as practicing devotee, even to set the example, to tell others, we know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and we are his servants. But in more intimate relationship, then that is forgotten. So after hearing Bhagavad-Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Param Brahma, the Supreme Brahman. Every living being is Brahman. But the Supreme Living Being, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the Supreme Brahman. So Brahman means it is beyond this material world. It is spiritual. So every living being is spiritual. We are just like Krishna. Satchidananda Vigraha, eternal, knowledgeable and blissful. That is natural for every living being. All the living beings, they have this Satchidananda Sarup, a form which is eternal, knowledgeable and blissful. But Krishna is a supreme living being, is Briyat Chid Vastu. Chid Vastu means a spiritual being, a spiritual thing. Briyat, great, and the living entity is Anuchid Vastu, is infinitesimal. Krishna is unlimited and the living beings, the part and parcels of Krishna are limited. So that has to be understood. There's a distinction there. Paramdhama means that he is the supreme rest or abode of everything. The supreme abode of the Lord is there, Golok Vrindavan, the highest realm in the spiritual world. There are unlimited planets in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha Loka. But the highest realm is known as Krishna Loka, which is divided in four actually. One part is known as Dwarkapuri, where Dwarkadish is residing. Krishna is Dwarkadish. At the same time, Krishna is in Mathura also. Mathurapuri, and at the same time, Krishna is in Braj, Golok Vrindavan. And then, he is there in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not different from Sisi Radha and Krishna. So these are the spiritual abodes. And so, the liberated souls, the eternal associates of the Lord are there, serving Krishna. Or in Vaikuntha serving Vishnu or Lakshmi Narayan and so on. So whereas the material world, it is a temporary place and we do not belong to this material world, and this material world is not permanent. So, but the Lord is coming to this world to deliver the fallen conditioned souls who are conditioned since time immemorial, but who are also eternal sons of Krishna. And then, so for the purpose of delivering them, then he speaks the Bhagavad-Gita, and the different incarnations are coming to give transcendental knowledge. Pavitra means that he is pure. Krishna is pure. Amal Purush, there's no contamination. And his personality is free from the modes of material nature. Is above the modes of material nature. Even when he comes to this world, is never affected by the modes of material nature, is not affected by birth, old age, disease and death. Is beyond that. Is always situated in his pure transcendental form. Yada yada hidarmasya glani bhavati bharatabhyutamara dharmasya. So there is explaining that he's coming to this world, Sijamyaham, in his original form. So he's pure, untainted by material contamination. Purusha means that is the supreme enjoyer. Bhoktarang tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shanti merichati. So he's Bhokta, the enjoyer. Yagya tapasam, so yagya, performing yagya should be for his pleasure. Yagya by Vishnu. And tapasya, austerity, should be for his pleasure. And so he's the Lord of all the spiritual material worlds. Sarvaloka Maheshwara, Maha Ishwar. Ishwar means controller. Maha means the greatest controller. And the greatest enjoyer. Supreme enjoyer. Shashvatam is eternal. So, Ahameva sameva grenan yad yad sada satparam. So before this material world was manifested, he existed. He's existing now, and when the material world will be finished, then he will still exist. Is residing in Golok Vrindavan since time immemorial. That is his eternal form, unborn, ever existing. Kishore, Navayovanan, in youth, youthful form, fresh youthful form, ever fresh, ever youthful. Divyam, completely transcendental, beyond the modes of material nature. Adidevam, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Adideva, Adipurush, Mool Roop, Swayam Bhagavan. So there are many great personalities, but ete chamsa kalapam sam Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam Indriyari Vyakulam Lokam Ridyante Yuge Yuge. This verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam also, that is known as Paribhasha Sutra. So also just like the 4 nutshell verses, Chatushloki. So this shloka is also most important. Explaining that Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. And others are there, but these simply expansions. Ete cham sakalam pumsam. Anksha, they are parts, expansions of the Lord, or expansions of the expansions of the Lord. So there are many devas, demigods, but this the Adidev is the original personality, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so in Vaikuntha, they are all expansions of Krishna. And Radharani, she is Mool Shakti. She is the original consort of the Lord, the original goddess of fortune, goddess of learning, and so on. And actually the demigods and the demigoddesses in the material world, they are simply part and parcels of Krishna. But there's some empowerment there to help in the organization of this material universe. Ajam, the unborn. So Krishna is ever existing and he never appeared. He was always there. But in the material world, Because that is the nature of material world, that it is coming into being, it stays for some time and then it is annihilated. So therefore, even the embodied beings, so they are born here. But Krishna, he is not forced to appear. He is appearing by his own sweet will and in his transcendental form. Therefore, he is known as Ajam, unborn. He is simply appearing, and in his pastime, he is appearing as a small boy. But he's all powerful. As soon as he appears also, all power is there in him and he knows everything. But for the purpose of pastime, his Mukunda, he becomes transcendently bewildered, Mohit Krishna. And so Vibhum is the greatest. So he's the greatest personality, he's most famous, he's the strongest, he's the most beautiful, he's the most renounced. Now one may think that because Krishna was the friend of Arjuna, Arjuna was telling him all this by way of flattery. But Arjuna, just to drive out this kind of diet from the minds of the readers of Bhagavad-Gita, substantiates these praises in the next verse when he says that Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead not only by himself, but by authorities like Narad, Asita, Devala and Vyasadeva. These are great personalities who distribute the Vedic knowledge as it is accepted by all acharyas. Therefore, Arjuna tells Krishna that he accepts whatever he says to be completely perfect. Sarvam etat ridam manye, I accept everything you say to be true. So Krishna is the absolute truth. So he will speak satyavak. Whatever he's saying is the absolute truth. Arjuna also says that the personality of the Lord is very difficult to understand and that he cannot be known even by the great demigods. This means that the Lord cannot even be known by personalities greater than human beings. So how can a human being understand Lord Sri Krishna without becoming his devotee? So only the devotees, they can understand Krishna. So they can understand Krishna better than anyone else. And to the extent that Krishna is revealed knowledge, to the extent we can know. So, but the main thing is to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. The main thing is to understand that we should try to love Krishna. That is, Prananath is the Lord of our life. Upasadev. Upasana, we have to do worship. And the worshipable object, that should be Krishna. Aradhyadev. Ishtadev. So it's the Lord of our life. And that is accepted by all great personalities. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is non different from Radha and Krishna. So he has come as a devotee to establish the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the holy names. So he also explains that point for everyone to understand. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesha Tanavas. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesha Tanyas Tadhama Vrindavanam. So the Aradhya Dev, the worshipable Lord, that is Krishna, Brajatanaya, the son of the king of Braj. The king of Braj is Nanda Baba, his father. But of course, ultimately then Krishna is the king of Braj. Brajaisha Tanaya. And so Tadhama Vrindavanam. And so his holy abode, Braj, Vrindavan, is as worshipable as Krishna. Therefore you can see so many devotees are coming to Vrindavan. Because by being in the holy dham, in the holy place, so one is actually blessed. The influence is there of the holy dham. And one can more easily understand Krishna, one can better serve Krishna. And there are so many devotees here. So it is advised to stay in the holy dham as much as possible, or to remember the holy dham. And then Ramya Kachit Upasana Barajavara Varganya Kalpitaha. So the worship of the damsels of Braj, the gopis headed by Shrimati Radharani, so that is most exalted. And that cannot be easily understood. That can only be understood by the devotees. So therefore Bhagavad-Gita should be taken up in a spirit of devotion. One should not think that he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a very great personality. Lord say Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So according to the statements of Bhagavad-Gita, the statements of Arjuna, the person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad-Gita, we should at least theoretically accept. See, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And with that submissive spirit, we can understand the Bhagavad-Gita. So there's some spelling mistake here. So in the Bhagavad-Gita, so Arjuna is saying, great sages are saying, Arjuna is saying, the great sages are saying, Krishna himself is saying, and so we should accept that Krishna is the personality of Godhead, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So practically it may not be easy to understand, but at least theoretically. And in a humble spirit we should try to understand Bhagavad-Gita. Unless one reads the Bhagavad-Gita in a submissive spirit, it's very difficult to understand Bhagavad-Gita because it is a great mystery. So it is not so easy to understand Bhagavad-Gita unless one is in the association of the devotees. So, in the association of the devotees, and we should read the Bhagavad-Gita explained by the devotee, otherwise it will be difficult to understand. So there are so many editions of Bhagavad-Gita. Even when I first tried to read Bhagavad-Gita, so I had a few Bhagavad-Gita copies by a few authors, but they were not pure devotees, and therefore it was not very clear what is the message of Bhagavad-Gita. But then when I read Prabhupada's Bhagavad-Gita as it is, then I could very easily and clearly understand everything. So we have to understand Bhagavad-Gita in the association of the devotees and reading an authorized version of Bhagavad-Gita with proper translation, because it is there in Sanskrit, and then we have to have a proper translation, and even then we need also a purport, explanation of the verses. Because we may, if you just read Bhagavad-Gita, the Sanskrit, even if one is a scholar, but he may not truly understand what Krishna wants to say. So therefore we should hear from the pure devotees who understand what Krishna is saying, what he wants to say. Just what is the Bhagavad-Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad-Gita is to deliver mankind from the nescience of material existence. So we have to become free from this ignorance. That I'm man, I'm a woman, I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm a philosopher, I'm an advocate, I'm a doctor, and so on. This is a material situation, but actually we are not this body, we are spirit soul. And we are servants of Krishna. And we are supposed to serve Krishna in a loving exchange, not by force, but in loving exchange. So this servitorship is with love. And in this servitorship, there's, especially in Braj, so Krishna is not there as the master and the devotees are the servants. They are, in fact, but because of the intimate relationship, so Krishna does not want to be in this position, that I am the master, you're the servant. No, there's a loving relationship, just like best friends. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways, as Arjuna was also in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. So in this world everyone has difficulties, isn't it? Anyone is free from difficulty? Everyone is okay? No problem in life? No, problems are there every day. Some little problem is there, or some big problem, and they're coming and going. But if we take shelter of Krishna, then we can tolerate the difficulties, and Krishna will help us to overcome the difficulties. Arjuna surrendered unto see Krishna. Consequently, this Bhagavad-Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but every one of us is full of anxieties because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. So in the material world, we think we are having some existence. I'm this, I'm that. I'm a big doctor, or I'm Hollywood actor, or Bollywood actor, film star, or football star, or whatever. But that is material, and that is very temporary, and is not our real existence. So therefore Prabhupada is saying, the very existence in this material world is atmosphere of non-existence. This body is only of some value because the soul is in there. And then there's some existence there, temporary existence, which cannot be denied, but it is temporary, and ultimately it will vanish. But real existence is when we understand our real nature in relationship with Krishna. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non-existence. Our existence is eternal. We are the eternal servants of Krishna. Mamevam so jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. Krishna is also saying, 15th chapter. They are my part and parcels, the living entities. And they are eternal also. But somehow or the other we are put into asat. Asat refers to that which does not exist, non-permanent. So therefore it is mentioned in the scriptures. Asatma sadgamayaha. We should give up that which is asat, non-permanent, our existence or anything in this world, our position. And sadgamayaha, we should go to the eternal existence. As spirit soul, we have an eternal existence in relationship with Krishna, in loving relationship. So we should come to that realm. Mrityama amritagamayaha. Mrityu, death. We should give up the cycle of birth and death. And we should go to Amrit, to nectar, to spiritual life. Spiritual life is full of nectar, and that is ever increasing. That is the nature of the spirit soul. Ananda Murivadanam, Anandamaya Vyasat. By nature the soul, we are blissful. And that is there when we are in relationship with Krishna. So we should go to that realm. Tamasima Jyotirgamayaha. We should give up this ignorance of this material existence and go to the light. Tamas, ignorance, we should give up. And we should go to the light. That is Krishna consciousness. Krishna Soya, Samamaya Hai Andakar, Jahan Krishna Tamaya Adhikar Nai. Krishna is like the sun. Krishna is actually the origin of everything. And the sun is actually getting the sun, where from is the sunlight coming? This is coming from Krishna's bodily effulgence, the Brahma Jyoti. So, but the example is given. So Krishna's name is also Krishna Surya. So all light effulgence is coming from Krishna. So Krishna is like the sun, and we are part and parcels of the sun. So if you see the sun rays are there, and there are thousands of millions of particles are there. So we are small particles of Krishna, the sun Krishna, the original sun, the original light, the original personality. So we should go to the spiritual life, the life of the light, of Krishna consciousness. Krishna Surya Sama is like the sun. Maya, the material world, is andhakar, darkness. Wherever there is Krishna, there is no darkness. So we should try to be in Krishna consciousness by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And by worshipping the deity in the temple or at home, by hearing about Krishna, hearing about Mahaprabhu, and then we can make our life perfect. Hare Krishna. Any question? Everything is clear. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy and take some Krishna Prasad. So we have some Prasad for everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna